What is up, everyone? It is the top 5 new brews for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This is deck number 5, a very spicy vampire deck. Without further ado, let's check it out. Welcome back, everyone. We are doing the top 5 new brews. Number 5, this is Vampire Crime Lords. We had a pretty solid vampire shell before this new set dropped, and we definitely got a lot of new good cards in this new set. So let's take a look at this deck. We have, of course, the classics, Voldaren Epicure and Falconrith Pitfighter. That one mostly only saw play in vampire decks, but still pretty solid nonetheless. We also had, of course, cards like Bloodtithe Harvester, Vampire Socialite, Markov Baron, etc. But we did get a lot of new good cards in there as well. And so the new additions that we got in the new set are notably Blood Hustler and Vadmir, and they both do kind of similar things. Basically, whenever you commit a crime, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and it only triggers once each turn. And then Blood Hustler also has activated ability 3 in a black, which drains target opponent. So it commits a crime and it drains for 1. And Vadmir has the ability that whenever you have 4 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it has Menace and Life Link. So a little bit hard to get 4 counters on it. I mean, it means you need to have like it's gonna be a 6/6 at that point. Probably the opponent will try to kill it before you get there, but if you get there, lifelink is pretty nice. So yeah, both of those pretty cool. And so of course we need a lot of ways to enable the committing of crimes. And notably, we have some removal and cut down. We have play with fire. Of course, we have go for the throat. And Bloodtithe Harvester already commits a crime because when you sacrifice it and target a creature, you're committing a crime. We also added in Cemetery Gatekeeper, another very solid vampire that it stopped seeing play for a while because partly because of cut down and partly because there were enough like 2/3s in the format that were stopping it from really being that effective. But it's, no reason really now not to play it. And when it enters the battlefield, you exile a card in a graveyard. So if you choose the opponent's graveyard, then you're going to be committing a crime. It also has the benefit that it deals damage to the opponent whenever they play a card that is of the same type that you exiled. So if we early game kill some creature, and then you exile the creature in their graveyard, that's 2 crimes already, and then anytime they play a creature, they're gonna take 2 damage. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. We also are running this one, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I found this and it just fits so perfectly. But basically, it's a way to trigger a crime every turn because you can exile a card from a graveyard. You exile from the opponent's graveyard, as at least most of the time. And then also creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creatures exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So at some point you might exile your own Bloodtithe Harvester, or maybe even the Pitmaster, or this Voldaren Thrill Seeker, another card that we're including in here. All of them have activated abilities. Blood Hustler has activated abilities. So your Blood Hustler and your Vadmir both get +1/+1 counters automatically. They're going to get all the activated abilities of the exiled cards that you've exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So it works out great. Each time you exile a card from the opponent's graveyard, your guys get +1/+1 counters. They get bigger, get scarier, and so yeah, it just works out really, really great. And then, of course, I already mentioned the Markov Baron, but it's our Vampire Lord. It has Madness. It has Convoke, so it's pretty just a very solid top end that you can actually even play really early on because of the Convoke ability. And then Thrill Seeker, we have 2 Thrill Seekers. It's kind of like our reach finishers. You can put 2 counters on Vadmir to pump him up, make him that 6/6 that we talked about with the lifelink and the menace. You can also pump him up and then swing in, get 6 life, deal 6 damage, and then pay 1 extra to sacrifice him, fling the opponent for 6 in their face. So very solid finisher there. And of course, we mentioned that Agatha's Soul Cauldron can exile that, give you that ability to your other creatures as well. So yeah, it all synergizes quite well together. It's possible you even want to have more of the Thrill Seekers in there because it really does work so well with these creatures which are getting +1/+1 counters. The Soul Cauldron works great with Social Light as well, which is counters on your creatures. Um, so really just kind of the whole package is coming together, especially with these two new vampires that are just very solid 2 drops that we have in this set. So yeah, that's it. And of course, not to mention the lands in this set are very solid. So I included some of the crime lands, the Jagged Barons, which deal 1 damage to the opponent. Maybe we don't want them. It's tough to say, but having the ability to deal crime from your land drop is pretty good. Of course, we also have Cavern of Souls and Secluded Courtyard, which work well with the vampire creature type. So that's another added perk. And we already have the fast lands and the pain lands or yeah, pain lands. Um, so we've got a pretty good solid mana base here for our vampire red black deck. And yeah, that's does it for the top 5 brew number 5, Vampire Crime Lords. We got 4 more very nice brews coming up. I ended up brewing a lot of decks, so we'll probably have an honorable mentions at the end, but top 5 are going to be the best ones. So make sure you stay tuned. And yeah, till next time, go out there, have some fun. New sets coming up soon, so get ready for that. Yeah, till next time. See ya.